So that more lighthearted news. Let's talk about Argentina after they win Copa America, and for some reason, Enzo Fernández.
We're not going to play the song.
We're not going to play it. I'm gonna play the video, but it's not going to be any sound.
Let's hope that's true.
Yeah, there it is. No sound. So Enzo Fernández decided to go on IG Live in the bus. As they're celebrating, and we all sort of know what happened. They started singing a song, a chant that we heard originally at the World Cup, the Men's World Cup in 2022. Argentinian fans started singing a song that was basically denigrating and about the French players and saying that they're not. Sort of, the song is essentially saying they're not actually French; they're from these African countries. Yeah. And even when we first heard it, the reporter was like, the Argentinian reporter was like, "Hey, no, we're not. Don't sing that. Don't sing that." But as soon as the song got out, and as soon as the reporter was like, "Don't sing that," every Argentinian was like, "Yo, we singing that."
Yo, did he say not to? Because that means we have to.
Because we have to sing it louder, actually. Yeah. So this,
it's one thing for the fans to chant something, whether you want to consider it racist or not, or, degrading or denigrating to the players. Sure. But for the players to do it.
Yeah.
Especially when this had nothing to do with France, man.
You're playing Copa America. You want to get, they ran out of songs to sing, and they're like, "Yo, do you want to go back to the classics?
Yeah, let's bring back the old stuff,
the old stuff, the pre-civil rights era stuff.
Let's do a little retro. We go vintage shopping on songs."
So this is the comment sections, and this is lately. The comment section on any app, on anything, is just it's always been bad, but it feels like it's extra worse.
Yeah, it also feels like if the worse comment you make, the more it gets to the top.
Right.
So yeah, don't trust any comment section.
Exactly. So it sort of feels like there's a lot of people that are okay with this based on comment sections. And I'm like, but when you talk to real people, everybody's like, nah, it ain't cool. And one of the people who thought it was not cool was Wesley Fofana, teammate of
hit the translate post button so that people can see what this is, because I think it's two words, but it's very significant.
Yeah. So
uninhibited racism.
Yeah. So he goes football in 2024, uninhibited racism. So
now let me give you a little context. I was having a conversation with a friend's father, who they don't have a great relationship, but I was like, "You're a dad. Here's a chance to talk to a dad," and he goes. We were talking about, he was shocked. He's from, I believe, South Africa, right? He was floored at how much I knew about the sport of soccer. He was like, "Oh my God." When he heard that I worked in soccer, his son was like, "Yeah, he's on TV and he has a podcast that's really popular." He was like, "Well, yeah, here." Meaning like, well, yeah, that's easy to do in this country. You just say the word soccer and they're like, "Get on there, your podcast is not number one." And I was just like, all right, I'm not going to argue with the guy's dad. The guy's dad is in a good spot. That's why he's here visiting his son. I'll just let it go. So eventually we have a conversation. He's literally like, "Wow," as I'm saying simple things like, "Yeah, Pirlo played for AC Milan." Oh, you know that?
Look at the savant.
Oh, how did you know that? And he goes, we start talking about the national team, and I said, "Your France got a lot of quality. I think they're going to do pretty well in the Euros. They just have so much talent." And he goes, "I'm not racist," which is something someone says when they're about to do what?
Thank you to be extra racist. But it's
dumb racist.
But thank you for just the preface of like, because I was concerned until you told me. I thought you might be.
I had this idea that some of the things you said were dog racist. But he said, "Hey, I'm not racist, but I just think, yes, this France team has a lot of talent. I just missed the time when they were French." And I was like, "Oh," and his son was like, "Swoop," and was like, "No," is probably what's going on in his head. And I very gently said, like, "Well, all of the players that play for this team were born in France, so I think you can sleep comfortably knowing that they're French." She goes, "No, I mean pure French." And I was just like, ugh. And I go, "Hey, man."
They hit the P word? Yeah. That's bad, bro.
I go, "Let me ask you a question. If they were born in that country, have family in that country, and have a passport, is that not pure enough? And at this point now, I'm just like, beach ball, beach ball. Hey, guys, say it, huh? Say what you want to say so I can get out of this conversation.
Right.
And he goes, I think you know what I mean. I go, unfortunately, I do.
Yeah.
And we kind of left it at that and we walked away. The reason I bring that up is because people are saying this song isn't necessarily racist. They're just pointing out that some of these players' heritage doesn't trace back for multiple generations in France. Right. So technically, they're not French. That's bull.
Yeah.
Also, that is a sentiment someone only someone who would say, hey, by the way, I'm not racist, and then say something wildly racist would say. So this is very much something that, hits at the core of a sentiment, a growing sentiment, even within the French.
It's a huge problem that they're dealing with now. It's like the everything is about migrants and the xenophobia and racism that they're constantly dealing with. So this is why Wesley Fofana.
And also, y'all pulled up to their countries.
Yeah,
you went there.
There's so many issues, and again, the song in itself is problematic. But when we understand that we can't police fans. We can't we can't tell them what to sing.
You can't fire a fan.
Exactly. You can't. We can tell them. Same thing with the Mexico fans, and we tell them stop yelling the chant, el grito, and it's like we try, so they know it's wrong, and they're gonna do it anyway. But if the players started doing it, we'd be like, okay,
you know how hard it is to convince them, and now you guys,
they get it from watching you. You know what I mean?
It's like you ever get asked to like hang out with your little cousin or something, and then you do something stupid, and your parents are like, bruh.
I mean, no, that doesn't happen to me because I'm a mature adult that knows how to carry
himself. Even when you were younger. You never did something stupid?
I mean, I guess. I mean, it's not. I
remember my little cousin had a fork and was walking towards the electrical outlet, and I was like, well, this is going to be hilarious. And my mom was like, Alexis, get going. I was like, I'm watching him do something stupid.
That's the thing. Is like the players should obviously know better. And I loved, obviously, your co-host in Morning Footy, Nico Cantor,
said it best. So, by the way, one of the proudest Argentinians in the world.
Yeah.
For him to have to talk about a situation like this makes him unhappy and uncomfortable.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
And that's completely understandable, but it's something that needs to be confronted. The interesting aspect here is that Enzo Fernandez's Chelsea teammate calls him out. I mean, he retweets it.
Wesley Fofana was like, yo.
Really? He's like, yo, you this is, I mean, he didn't say you are racist, but he said it without saying it.
Yeah.
So he's saying uninhibited racism, that the players can do this. And this is the thing. And if you saw the live, Enzo knew.
Oh, he was doing that thing. Right? How do I shut this off? Yeah,
he knew.
He's like, I think the second bar goes kind of hard. I need to delete this.
So and look, he put out an apology
in Comic Sans, man.
You can't. I mean, bro, this just
how did you choose this?
Not a great idea.
This is one of the most ChatGPT
crisis PR company. He goes, I want to apologize sincerely for a video posted on my Instagram channel during the national team celebrations. The song includes highly offensive language, and there is absolutely no excuse for these words. I stand against discrimination in all forms and apologize for getting caught up in the euphoria of Copa America celebrations. That video, that moment, those words do not reflect my beliefs or my character. Which, look, I'll say this.
Is there anything else? Is there something underneath that?
That was the end of it.
Okay. It looks like there's something else hidden.
Oh, okay. Well, let me see.
Just so that we give it a little bit of respect.
Yeah.
I am truly sorry.
I'm truly sorry.
So that's the end of the quote from him in Comic Sans.
So I'll say this. I trying to give him the benefit of the doubt a little bit. Do I genuinely think that Enzo Fernández is a just flat out racist?
No.
I don't think that. It is just one of those things of do I think he got, in reality, it's not just his fault. He's the one who was on the live.
Yeah.
Everybody was singing it. So
also, he's one of the bigger names that you see.
Exactly.
So you're the one who's going to get called out.
Exactly. So look, no, he posted it, so he has to deal with the brunt of the responsibility. But to some degree, this is a bigger issue that all the Argentinian players that are carrying on singing that song have to. I mean, we probably won't know exactly who it was, but they have to deal with that criticism as well. And really, the main thing is the players, especially these players who just won one of the biggest trophies in the world, you have to be role models, and you have to be better role models. And there's no excuse for singing this corny ass song.
I don't even think you have to be role models. You just have to not be racist or homophobic, or you know what I mean. You have to be not. You have to.
No, well, no, I don't even
think you have to be inclusive. You just have to be not the opposite of whatever inclusive is.
It causes. It's not about having to. Look, my opinion. You don't have to be anything, because there are players that have either conservative views or conservative values, or just
are racist, and it doesn't matter what side of the line they fall on. There's people with really bad ideas that happen to have a strong arm and can throw a curveball, or you know what I mean, or
right.
Can score goals.